Welcome to Kaleidoscope. Let's talk. An award-winning pianist, composer and arranger who was born and raised in LA, Mahesh Balasooriya's love for the Ivories began at the age of 6. At 12, he played for the President of the United States. At 19, he had written and conducted a film score. He also plays the saxophone, the clarinet, the tabla, the sitar, and has acted in film and also on TV. Numerous scholarships and awards, including Performer of the Year at Hamilton Music Academy, Mahesh has performed with some of the world's greatest. Ray Charles, Quincy Jones, Natalie Cole, James Brown, and one of the last to perform with Pandit Amaradeva. Mahesh Balasooriya was in Sri Lanka for 2 sold-out performances. Welcome, Mahesh. Ayubowan.
Oh, thank you.
Good to have you back in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
33 years later, am I right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
What's it like being back home?
Oh my God, it's such a magical experience. I came from the airport and I was in tears with feeling the spiritual presence of such a Buddhist and pure energies from the people and the environments. It's just a breath of fresh air, and it's just really nice to come to a peaceful country with really loving people, and it's just, yeah, I really love it here.
Born and bred in LA, but
Yeah.
you obviously have Sri Lankan roots. How much of that has influenced your music?
My dad was the biggest source of inspiration to introduce me to the depths of Sri Lankan music, and he's a professional musician from here, and he worked with all the greatest artists, and all of his original music is what gave me the full experience of Sri Lankan culture and music. And we grew up playing a lot of Sri Lankan songs together, and he played every instrument when I was growing up as a kid, and I was pretty much self-taught growing up my whole life. He taught me how to read music, so he had all these recordings of pretty much every genre of music, and he always played them every day when I was growing up as a kid. So I was always absorbed by inspiration of world music and all types of music growing up. So I played by ear. I got introduced to jazz when I was 12 at a after-school program. I was playing saxophone. I started on sax with jazz, and then I switched to the piano, and it gave me the opportunity to enter the creative realm of spiritual improvisation based on the energies in the room and the energies of the people around you. So tapping into that realm, I got to explore improvisation in every genre of music, even classical, where I'm playing classical pieces, but then diving into my own creative arrangements and creative melodies in the realm of that classical era. And in the jazz realm, in the heavy metal, in the hip hop, everything, I just dive into the world of spiritual expression from within. I never needed to travel to any country to get into the culture of the music. I was always traveling through 8 hours a day of spiritual prayer on the piano to God every day of my life, and I just traveled different universes of sound and every country of music, and then with every song and every genre of music I play, I always write my own music.
So you've, since say 12 years ago or so,
Yeah.
you've been touring a lot.
Oh yeah.
Natalie Cole being one.
Yeah.
Tell me about those tours.
I played for the president when I was 12, and I did all these competitions. I won nationwide, worldwide competitions, and I played with Stevie Wonder when I was 18, Ray Charles when I was 16 for a Blind Foundation, and Quincy Jones, and worked with all these artists, with John Williams, and I had a full scholarship to USC, but I wanted to serve the country in the military, so I decided to do that, play piano for all the veterans in the country, because I wanted to serve the country after 9/11. And then I did that, and I came back, and I was just playing some shows here and there in LA, but in 2012 came along, and delved into a really high spiritual creative energy. And all of a sudden that year I got opportunities to play with Stanley Clarke. He's the top jazz bass player in the world. Arturo Sandoval is the top jazz trumpet player in the Latin jazz world, and then Natalie Cole, all three Grammy artists, and then Al Jarreau too, 2 shows with him. And we started touring the world, back-to-back tours. It was great, such a wonderful experience. And Natalie Cole taught me the art of improvising an accompaniment behind her vocals. So I would improvise an entire orchestration when there's no orchestra, and I'm the orchestrator. And I feed off the energies of her vocals to improvise the whole classical orchestration. And then there would be a big band orchestration, and I would improvise an accompaniment behind her vocals based on her energies, and then the R&B, and then the old school jazz. It was just an incredible experience to teach me the art of accompaniment for a vocalist. And she told me I reminded her of her father, and she really loved having me in the band. And yeah, we toured the world, and we worked with the Prague Symphony and the San Diego Symphony, so it was really nice to have that experience working with her. And we played at the Royal Albert Hall, the Kennedy Center, Lincoln Center, and we did all these celebrity events and worked for Clive Davis's house with Burt Bacharach was there, you know, David Foster.
Have you come across any sort of awe-inspiring moments, or do you just go ahead and just do what you have to do?
Opportunities came just from spiritual practice and prayer you know, I was always on the piano just practicing a spiritual expression of prayer to the gods, to the higher being, and he blessed me with the spotlight to deliver that energies to the people by the millions. And that's why I got all these opportunities to play around, because I kept it very genuine and real to the music. I never had to talk my way to the top. I never had to fake my name as an American name to make it as a musician. I prayed spiritual practice to God 24/7 my whole life since I was 3 years old. I was playing some gigs, and they loved how I played, and I just wrote my number on the napkin, and I made connections that way. I never had to fake my name or talk my way into the business. It was just all through the music and the authenticity and the honesty of my expression and individual expression, and just that's how I, you know, kept it real.
So you play the sax?
Yeah, I play saxophone, I play the clarinet, I play a little bit sitar, tablas, but now I'm in the world of music production, and I pretty much play every instrument, producing music. I do drums, I do trap beats, I do hip hop, symphonies, orchestration, strings, all these genres of music I just tapped into with the gift of inspiration. I never had a training in writing music. I even wrote a whole piano concerto for orchestra and piano because when I was in high school, and the only thing that struck me was listening to all these symphonies and of these composers back in the day, and I was thinking, what's stopping anyone to write their own piano concerto on their own? So I wrote a whole piano concerto, and it was performed with the Colburn Symphony and the Hamilton Symphony, and it was aired on the Disney Channel. So the gift of inspiration drove me to hear all the melodies for the strings, for the clarinets, for the woodwinds, bassoons, and I knew exactly how to write every part. And it sounded like I had all this training to write music, but I never had any training. It was just inspiration that spoke to me.
You've also been an actor.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I did some films growing up, but it's like some extra work and some stuff here and there. And then I was thinking about getting back into it because people were recommending me I should do it for playing the piano for commercials and stuff. And that was cool. That was interesting. I did the Naked Gun 33 1/3, Parenthood, family got I got Seventh Heaven. I did all these shows and yeah, it was nice. I was in General Hospital for a scene. It was really interesting. Yeah, so that was cool.
And was it always
Nice.
as a musician, as a pianist?
Oh no, it was just for different roles growing up as a kid. So that was a nice experience to have.
What's next for you from here?
Just tapping into more music production and symphonic works and dwelling with classical jazz influences, with tapping into a lot of original music, and that's pretty much it.
Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. So remember to subscribe, follow and like us for more.